We are doing a part 2 in the battle of luxury credit cards, and we are comparing the updated Chase Sapphire Reserve with the Amex Platinum again. I made the exact same comparison video not too long ago, but with the changes that were introduced with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it is only fair that I make this video again. Only this time I'm comparing the updated features of the Chase Sapphire Reserve with the American Express Platinum card. However, in this video, I'm not going to get into the details of every single benefit on each of these cards and compare that. I'm also not going to focus this video on why either of these cards may not be the right fit for you, and there's a high possibility that that's the case. Instead, I'll focus on the 5 personas where the benefits of these cards overlap with the behaviors of these personas and make a determination of which of these two cards is better. I'll also give you my personal opinion right at the end, so stick around for that. If you're new to the channel, my name is Abhi, this is Credit Debit with Abhi, and if you're thinking about applying for either of these credit cards, check out my referral link in the description below. Make sure that these are the best offers that you can get and the card actually makes sense for you, but otherwise it's a great way to support the channel. Like always, without further ado, let's dive in. With that, let's get into the 5 personas, starting with number 1, which is the frequent flyer. These are people who fly very frequently throughout the year and care about their flight experience. So how do these cards compare when you're thinking about a frequent flyer? You get 5x back on the Amex Platinum when booking directly with the airline, and you get 4x back with the Chase Sapphire Reserve when booking directly with the airline. Both of the cards now offer lounge access in the form of Priority Pass, and both of these cards have access to their flagship variety of lounges in the form of Centurion with the Amex Platinum and the Chase Sapphire lounges with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. But I do believe there is one clear winner in this category, and it's the Amex Platinum for 3 reasons. Number 1 is that the Amex lounge network is diverse and better in my opinion. While in the US, Chase is trying to catch up with Amex's lounge prowess, outside of the US, it's not even a comparison. While the Priority Pass feature remains kind of the same across both of these cards, the access to other lounges, including the Centurion lounges, is just more internationally when compared to the Chase Sapphire lounges, which basically has no presence outside of the US. Number 2 is the slightly higher multiplier that you get while booking flights directly with the airline on the Amex Platinum, so that's 5x versus 4x. Number 3 is the clear credit that you get with the Amex Platinum card. Like I said, with the frequent flyer, the overall experience matters a lot, and clear can sometimes be the difference maker in having a stressful security experience or a non-stressful security experience. The second persona is that of an hotel enthusiast. And both of these cards offer you credit against these luxury experiences, with the Chase card giving you $500 on the Edit collection and the Amex Platinum card giving you $200 with the fine hotels and resorts. The multipliers are interesting too. The Chase Sapphire Reserve earns you 8x back on hotel bookings made through the Chase travel portal and 4x back when you make it directly with the hotel. The Amex Platinum, on the other hand, earns you 5x back only when you book through the Amex travel portal. And if you are a hotel enthusiast, you probably do care about being able to use the status that you have with the hotel and also earn nights towards the next tier of the status. Most hotels won't honor your status if you book through a travel portal. And so the ability to be able to earn 4x by booking directly with the hotel using the Chase Sapphire Reserve actually comes in handy for the hotel enthusiast. Earlier, the Amex Platinum was the stronger card when it came to status that comes directly with the card. So you got Hilton and Marriott gold status with the Amex Platinum card. But that gap has now been closed because the updated Chase Sapphire Reserve gives you IHG Platinum status and becomes a more worthy competitor to the Amex Platinum. The second reason comes down to the ability to redeem your points at a more healthy clip with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, a lot of people were upset when the points redemption on an average went down from 1.5 to 1 when using the Chase travel portal. Now, there is a new points boost feature that gives you 2 cents per point on every single point that you redeem through the portal, but that's kind of reserved for luxury hotels. So even if we assume the baseline of 1 cent per point, now that's still higher than what you get with the Amex Platinum and its membership reward points. Unless you're redeeming the Amex membership reward points for fine hotels and resorts, you're getting less than 1 cent per point. And the third reason is just down to the sheer size of the credit. The credit with the Chase Sapphire Reserve is $500, whereas the one with the Amex Platinum is $200. Which then brings us to the third persona, which is the food explorer. Now, while both of these cards are luxury cards and focus on travelers, it's strange that the Amex Platinum offers you nothing when it comes to dining except for the 1x back. When you contrast that with the 3x back on dining that you continue to earn with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Chase Sapphire Reserve is already ahead. But with the updated Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you also get a $300 dining credit in their partnership with OpenTable, which then makes this card even stronger for the Food Explorer. Add to that the fact that you get complimentary Dash Pass membership, and you also get a $5 credit every single month on DoorDash. It becomes a no-brainer decision that the Chase Sapphire Reserve wins whether you like to go out to dine at these different restaurants or if you prefer to order in. And the reason I say the $5 DoorDash credit and not the $25 DoorDash credit, as Chase advertises it, is because the $20 off the $25 is focused on grocery buying. The fourth persona is an experience hunter. This is a person that's looking at different experiences in the city that they live in. And with the introduction of the StubHub credit at $300, you can again see who the winner is going to be. If you're someone who already spends on some of these experiences, the StubHub credit now opens up access to sports venues and other sorts of events where you can now get $300 back every single year. And in the broader theme of experiences, if you do care about renting great cars, the Chase Sapphire Reserve comes with primary collision damage waiver, whereas the Amex Platinum comes with secondary collision damage waiver. So even in that comparison, the Chase Sapphire Reserve comes out ahead. Which then brings us to the last persona, which is the credit card enthusiast. If we look at overall points accumulation or even redemptions, the Chase Sapphire Reserve does seem like the stronger card. Even though the Amex Platinum card offers you access to membership reward points, which in my opinion is the stronger currency for flight transfers, the Chase ecosystem isn't that far behind because it too offers you a healthy amount of flight transfer partners that are worthy. However, for most other redemptions, Chase comes out ahead, especially because of the presence of Hyatt within the hotel transfer partners. And then when you think about earning points, like I mentioned above, Chase is the stronger card because it gives you 3x back on dining, 4x back directly when you book with hotels, and 8x back flat on everything to the Chase travel portal. And while the points boost feature was a gut punch to a lot of people who really liked the 1.5 cents per point that they got on every single transaction, it still is superior as an offering than what Amex offers you, which is less than 1 cent per point on an average. With those 5 personas out of the way, it's probably not a surprise that the overall recommendation seems to be heading in the direction of the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But what do I think? From my perspective, and I do hold both of these cards, I do think that the Chase Sapphire Reserve has established a bigger lead. Like I mentioned in my previous video, the Chase Sapphire Reserve was the winner for me, and that still remains the case, but the lead is bigger as we see it right now. And I know I said I was not going to talk about whether this card was going to be a fit for you, but I think not talking about this misses a larger point. And the point here is that these companies will keep on doing things that adds to their bottom line and top line. And so the increase in the annual fees, the coupon book-like benefits is kind of becoming a standard across the industry. And so I feel that both of these cards are becoming less appealing to a larger population, honestly. And if I wasn't a card enthusiast and if I wasn't in this space, I honestly wouldn't care about either of them. Would I still have one of the two cards or maybe both of them? Sure. But would I be excited about either of them? Absolutely not. We also know that the Amex Platinum is coming up with a slew of changes. So stay tuned on the channel for that, because once that comes out, I'll make a video again comparing the updated Chase Sapphire Reserve with the updated Amex Platinum. Thanks for watching, and like always, I'll see you in the next one.